today. So let's head over to the NFL and start talking about that game from last night. That game that has everybody talking crazy today, folks. Patriots, Bills, winner gets the AFC East, winner gets the top of the AFC, and who came out on top? Well, it's always Billy B, folks. Come on. Of course, Bill Belichick got the win. This completed our 4-2 week of our 6 picks. Patriots +3. It was going down every single day throughout the weekend, and I believe it ended at Patriots plus 1.5, so y'all bet it down very well. I respect y'all for betting the Patriots +3, and we all knew that was the right bet. This Bills team has done really nothing meaningful all season long. Their defense really won them all the games. Remember, we were the ones that were telling you, hey, be wary of the Bills, and then I fell for y'all. See, this is why I don't listen to y'all, folks. I try not to listen to y'all that much, but y'all were saying Bills, 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 and y'all kind of got me believing. I was like, yeah, the Bills are actually good. I don't know what I'm talking about. We were the ones telling you, hey, they don't get it done in the red zone. They don't take advantage of all their short field starting positions, and they don't get it done settling for field goals instead of touchdowns. We knew this Bills team had trouble scoring, but then y'all got your hooks in me and started to make me a Bills believer. Damn, but we knew. We came to our senses by this time. We took the Patriots +3. We knew this Bills team could not do anything last night. And then about 2 hours before kickoff, when all the posts were coming out about how windy it was there in Buffalo, and it was real windy, folks. I lived it. I experienced it. I experienced the windstorm. Not in Buffalo, but I'm close to Buffalo. I get the wind, folks. I get the weather. So with the Bills not establishing the running game, and it's windy, you're not going to be able to pass. You couldn't even really kick the ball. And that's why, the Patriots only threw the ball 3 times. Well, we'll get to that, folks. So, 2 hours before the game, we knew it. Everybody should have been hammering. If you were coming into this game, didn't really know who to bet, the Bills -3, Patriots +3, or if you were betting it real close up to game time, Bills -1.5, Patriots +1.5. You should have known at that point, when all the wind was gusting and whipping around there in Buffalo, that it was going to be the Patriots winning all day long, because the Bills, they don't have that running game established. They never have. They trust Josh Allen to go and be a pure drop back passer, dropping back to pass 40, 45 times a game. That is not Josh Allen. That was last year Josh Allen, when there was no crowd in the stands and there was no fan noise to, make it difficult for you to call the plays and understand what people are saying and just kind of overall navigate and control the offense. So when the wind was whipping, you should have known to take the Patriots plus whatever points they were. And the Patriots do end up getting the win 14-10. And the weather was truly the story of it all last night. Mac Jones throwing 3 times. But that was great for us, because what does that mean if their quarterback only throws 3 times? Well, that means we get to see the running backs rush it up. And what little old running back do the Patriots have? Our man, Ramondre Stevenson. And we got to sit back, relax on primetime national television for the AFC number 1 seed, and we got to sit back and watch Ramondre Stevenson run the rock 24 times. Man, was that great to watch. 24 rushes, 78 yards. I'm not going to knock him for only 78 yards, 3.3 yards a carry, a little bit under of what we like. We want to see a bare minimum of 3.5 yards, but the Bills knew the rush was coming every single time, and they still really couldn't stop Ramondre Stevenson. So shout out to Ramondre Stevenson getting 3.5 yards a carry when the Bills knew every single snap would be a running play. Yeah? So shout out to Ramondre Stevenson, folks. And yes, Damian Harris did have more yards, 111 yards and the touchdown, but that was on the breakaway run for 64 yards. So overall, Ramondre Stevenson had a little bit more of a consistent outing. So shout out to Ramondre Stevenson. All right, now that we got all that out of the way here, let's see where it started to go wrong for the Bills, folks. And the Bills got bitched, folks. I'm going to, use the cuss word. I apologize if there's young ears listening. We don't curse that much on the show, really at all. But when it calls for it, we will cuss, folks. And the Bills got absolutely bitched at home right off kind of early on in the game here. Everybody's going, punt. The Bills fumble the ball here early in the first quarter or later in the first quarter. The Patriots take advantage, score a touchdown, but what do the Patriots do after scoring the touchdown? They go for two, folks. They go for 2 points because it's windy. They don't want to kick it, and they get the 2-point conversion. Patriots are up 8-0. Now, the Bills have to punt, and then lucky for the Bills, this is how 7 of their 10 points came about. The Patriots muff a punt, sets up the Bills at their own, at the Patriots 14-yard line. Real easy scoring position from the 14-yard line. Well, let's not say that because we all know how this game ended. Unfortunate, couldn't get it done in the red zone, I think, from like the 14-yard line. We're going to watch the last drive at the very end, but we'll talk about it then. So the Bills, they get the touchdown because of the muff punt. And what do the Bills do? They go bitch mode and kick the extra point instead of taking the 2-point conversion. This was a huge game, a clash of titans in the AFC. And the Bills, knowing that the Patriots just went for the 2-point conversion, they tucked their tail between the legs and kicked the extra point. That was really the game right from there, because what happens? They get down, and now they're down 4 points in their last two possessions. They did get into field goal range and they missed a field goal. Once again, it was windy. Wendy missed a 33-yard field goal. But then at the end of the game, they got right back down in the red zone, and we know the Bills struggle passing the ball. So if they went for 2 and got it, it's 14-11 at this point. You kick the field goal to tie up the game, 14-14, go and live for overtime. Maybe your defense can make a play, whatever it is. And, it's a tie game, 14-14, but instead you force Josh Allen at the end of the game to go out and win you the game. And when have we seen Josh Allen single-handedly win this Bills team a game? I can't really remember any time he's done that. So really, from this point on, the Bills, they're conservative. They're always so conservative in the big games. I mean, just going back to last season, folks, the Bills were putting up the points almost every single week. And then in the playoffs, they barely, I think the most they put up in the playoffs was like 24 points. They didn't really move the ball that well. They weren't, as dangerous downfield passing as they were because Sean McDermott and Brian Dable, I don't know who has the overall kind of final say in the overall offense. Both of those, or one of those, or whoever has the main voice, they clam up. And the Bills truly clammed up in this game, not going for the 2-point conversion to tie the Bills at 8-8. They went down, kicked the extra point. They kicked in the wind, folks. That is big bitch made right there. When the Patriots come in, throw the ball only 3 times on the road. This is the Bills conditions. It is kind of the Patriots, conditions as well in the Northeast, all that. But the Bills were at home, and you got bitched right in front of your home crowd real early on in this game, folks. I don't know what it is. We do kind of knock some coaches a little bit for going for it all the time on 4th down, but this Bills team has no aggressiveness bone in their body when they're facing the big teams, the best teams. They would rather try to not lose the game. And you know how much that infuriates us of coaches coaching to not lose the game. If you coach to not lose the game, you will most likely lose the game. Brian Flores is doing it all the time over there in Miami. This Bills team does it in every single big game that there is. And the Bills did it last night, and that's why they lost 14-10. We can also put the blame a little bit on Josh Allen. Didn't look the best out here for Buffalo. Let's start breaking down these stats a little bit. We get Josh Allen going 15 of 30. And once again, it was windy as heck. So we're not going to put a lot of weight on the passing game overall and the shortcomings of the passing games between both of these two teams. I'm weighing the non-aggressiveness a lot more than Josh Allen's lackluster passing. And it wasn't Josh Allen all the time. It was the receivers. I believe it was Dawson Knox on kind of that third down. We're going to watch that final drive, folks. But Dawson Knox, that great throw that Josh Allen made, escaping out of the pocket forever, launching it down, finally finding something relatively open. Dawson Knox fights back towards the ball, gets his hand on it, but his stone hands, because it's so cold, just drops the ball, and that would have been the game winner. Unfortunate. So it's not all on Josh Allen. It's not all on the wide receivers, and I think it's a lot more on just the overall scheme of the offense here. Brian Daboll knew he was in big hot water because he knew he had to run the ball, and they have not established a running game all season long, folks. So they knew they were in for a tough day. Now, they did use the screen a little bit. They did let Josh Allen run the ball a little bit, which we have been saying we have wanted forever. Unfortunately, it's still not getting it done scoring the ball. They need to continue to work on their kind of screen game in the running game with Josh Allen a little bit more. And, you better start quick because now this Bills team, no real clout anymore in the national media. Nobody's really kind of riding them 100%. Obviously, nobody's talking about Josh Allen at the MVP discussion anymore. Nobody's really talking about Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl anymore, and that's because of their lackluster scoring overall offensively. Remember, those early games, the defense was giving the Bills such easy field positions, and most of the time, the Bills were like, yeah, we're not going to really score here. We're not really going to score here, and the defense locking down their opponents made the game seem like a blowout when it really wasn't. So this Bills team has not really had a signature win all season long, and I'm not going to give them a signature. Well, they kept it close. This was the biggest game of the season to assert yourself, to assert your dominance. You were at home, and you floundered like always against Bill Belichick, like it happens every single year for every AFC East team. I'm not just putting Buffalo out there. The Dolphins, the Jets, that's everybody. But it's classic Bill Belichick. So Josh Allen, 15 of 30, 50% completion percentage, 145 yards. It was windy, 1 touchdown, no interception. He did fumble once and lost the ball, and this fumble led to 7 points for New England, or 8 points, and kind of that kind of turnaround, game-altering 2-point conversion. So that was a huge fumble in hindsight there by Josh Allen. Truly unfortunate. In the rushing attack, Josh Allen led the team in rushing, like we said, 6 rushes for 39 yards. We had Devin Singletary, 10 rushes for 36 yards, and Zach Moss, 8 rushes for 21 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, by himself, basically ran the same amount that these Bills rushers did. Shout out to Ramondre Stevenson. Shout out to these workhorse running backs getting it done. Run me 30, run me 40. It doesn't matter. I am going to get to production. Ramondre Stevenson, folks, that is a bad man, and he's just getting started. Rookie, like 6th round pick. Give this man credit, folks. Man, oh man, we've been shouting out Ramondre Stevenson for like the last 3 weeks, folks. We've been looking at him and watching him on our Wednesday film study days. Go back to our YouTube clips and watch the man Ramondre Stevenson absolutely go to work. So the Buffalo Bills just come up short, man. They were in scoring territory. Like I said, we are going to watch that final drive in a minute. But let's finish up here with the Patriots stats from last night. Mac Jones. And this is why I got to start praising Billy B, folks. What have we been saying about the Colts? We don't want Carson Wentz throwing the ball more than 20 times. And I'm sure what y'all rebuttals was, obviously people are going to throw more than 20 times a game. I mean, this is the new age NFL. They always throw. They throw more than the run. You can't win a game where you run more than you throw. You can't win a game with your quarterback throwing under 20 times. You cannot win that way. But Bill Belichick, folks, everybody take a page, especially Frank Reich. Please take a page out of the playbook that Bill Belichick just literally introduced, wrote himself, got it done last night. Take this play out of the playbook of only having your quarterback throw the ball 3 times. This is exactly what I want the Colts offense to look like every single game. Carson Wentz, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. I would hope not 1 of 3. That would be bad. But throwing the ball 3 times and letting your running backs get it done. The Patriots have two great running backs, Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, and the Colts have 3, Marlon Mack, Nyheim Hines, and we all know the A1, Tier 1, Jonathan Taylor. There is no reason why Bill Belichick just showed it right here. You can do it. This is no longer out of the realm of possibilities of only allowing and letting your quarterback throw the ball 3 times. So thank you, Bill Belichick, for bringing this playbook into the realm of football. And hopefully some of these other more run-dominant teams will start just running and 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 running 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 running. I'm trying to get to 34 times, folks. Running, 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 running. I think that's 34. Damian Harris, 10 rushes. Ramondre Stevenson, 24 rushes. You're lucky I'm not doing the 4 by Brandon Bolden, the 1 by Nelson Aguilar, the 1 by Kendrick Bourne, the 1 by Jonnu Smith, and the 5 by Mac and Cheese himself. Woof, we will save our breath of the running. So they can get it done running the ball. And I just kind of want to quickly take a look. We know, the only kind of team that was really run dominant over the last kind of 2-3 years, we're only going to take the last 2-3 years, folks. I'm not scouring the last 20 years of what teams were just pure running and all that. Just going to get a quick look at some numbers here. Let's go to the Titans. Or actually, let's go to Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill career stats and see how many times or what kind of the fewest number of times the Titans allowed Ryan Tannehill to throw in a game and how that looked, because we know if Ryan Tannehill's not throwing that much in a game, that means that, Derrick Henry's getting it done, right? Running the ball 40, 50 times a game, because that's what the Titans are. Their true identity is all Derrick Henry, a la why that Derrick Henry is out now, that the Titans are floundering and floundering and floundering and floundering over and over and over again, like we know. So here we go. Ryan Tannehill gets to the Titans. 2019, here we go. These are all the attempts Ryan Tannehill has taken as a Titan. Let's see what his lowest was. Game number 1, where he didn't start the game, got thrown in the game. He threw the ball 16 times. Then here we go. First official start, 29 attempts, 33 attempts, 39 attempts, 19 attempts, and they won that game 35-32. They were able to put up 35 points by just rushing the football. Tannehill had 19 throws, 181 yards. He did throw 2 touchdowns. But you can get it done without running the ball. Then the following week, Ryan Tannehill threw the ball 18 times. They put up 42 points. Got it done. You can win games and put up points without throwing the ball 20 times a game. That's what we're talking about. Obviously, no team's ever going to throw the ball 3 times a game. That's never going to happen again unless like these special circumstances. But 20, folks, this is what I'm saying. These more run-dominant teams really only need to throw the ball 20 times a game to get it done. Trust your runners and trust your defense. That's another reason why the Patriots were able to do what they did yesterday, was because their defense is really good. And we know the Colts defense is really, really good, folks. So you don't need Carson Wentz throwing the ball more than 20 times a game. And he just had, what did we say yesterday when we broke down the game? How many passes did he have? It was good. It was like exactly what we wanted to see. 22. Exactly. Put up 31 points, 22 throws. We can do this. Stop falling in love of the overall narrative that you can only win and put up points and move the ball by throwing the ball. This is a pass-heavy NFL league now, and the running game is becoming obsolete. You don't need to fall in that line of thinking. Obviously, if you don't have a great running back like a Derrick Henry, like a Jonathan Taylor, like a combined running back by committee of Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, then you can't do that. I'm not talking that every team should be doing this, but the run-heavy teams, the Titans with Derrick Henry, the Colts with Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, and Nyheim Hines. You don't need to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. We're seeing it. Get it done, folks. Let's keep quickly going here by Ryan Tannehill. 22 throws, they get the win. 27 throws, 36, 27, 20. They win the game throwing the ball 20 times. Next season, full season here. 43 throws, 24 throws, 37, 28, 41, 30, 30, 21. They get the win in Chicago. 27. 31, 22, they get the win. He has 45 points overall. They get the win. Only 22 throws. 45 throws, 24 throws, 27, 24, 27. Then we're at this year. 35, 40. 27, 49, 22. They win the game throwing the ball 22 times. They put up 37 points. 29 attempts, 27 attempts, 33, 27, 27, 52, and 21 just last week. Unfortunately, they lose to the Patriots, throwing the ball 21 times. You're not going to beat the Patriots at their own game, which is not throwing the ball. Come on, folks, okay? But overall, you can win these games not throwing the ball that much. Obviously, you're still going to throw the ball. You don't need to throw it this much. Please, Frank Reich, reel it in. Stop forcing the credit. That's really that's what it's coming down to, folks. Frank Reich is trying to force the credit to Carson Wentz, and until they start to run the ball and they start to take the ball out of Carson Wentz's hand in kind of the key situations of being down or being in the red zone, taking the ball out of his hands, they will not convince me that Frank Reich is trying to give the credit single-handedly to Carson Wentz until they stop throwing the ball so much and giving the ball in Carson Wentz's hand in the kind of biggest moments. So where do we leave off here? You can win the game. You can win games without throwing the ball. The Patriots did it. The Titans have done it. You can do it. Mac Jones, 2 of 3, 66%. And this was an easy day for a completion percentage, folks. We didn't even need to break out the calculator. 50% for Josh Allen, right on the number. And there's only 3 attempts by Mac Jones. There's not a lot of calculations going on. So thank y'all. Thank y'all, Monday Night Football, for making our job easier. We don't have to bring out the technology. So Mac Jones, 2 of 3, 19 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. And once again, back to everybody knocking the Patriots this week, or today, this morning. It was so bizarre. I woke up, I was scrolling Twitter, I was like, why did the narrative literally shift overnight of everybody not giving the Patriots respect? Is it because it's not the cool thing to do, so everybody wants to kind of be, counter to the point? Let's all relax and grow up a little bit, folks. So, Mac Jones, 2 of 3 for 19 yards. Nobody, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say to y'all anymore. Mac Jones, he's a rookie quarterback, and we know he's a game manager. This is the ultimate game managing quarterback. He's doing what he's been doing. The Patriots have been doing what they've been doing. That it's not all about Mac Jones. This is a team game, offensively, defensively, special teams, coaching, all of that. It's not all on just Mac Jones. And everybody wants to say, well, the Patriots don't deserve the win because Mac Jones only threw the ball 3 times. That's not a real win. It's like, what are y'all talking about? You play to win the game. Do y'all not know this is Bill Belichick? This is what he does, folks. He wins games. Why does Bill Belichick win games? Because he doesn't get caught up in the narratives of, oh, this is a passing league. You've got to throw the ball 3 attempts. They get the win. He doesn't listen to the outside noise that y'all are spewing here for no reason. He's great because he wins. He wins because he knows how to play the game, the actual game, NFL football, and not the game y'all play of saying nonsense to get likes and clicks and to get famous. That's why we're not famous. That's why Takes My Fans isn't famous, folks, because we don't spew the nonsense, okay? Hey, I'll sell out and spew the nonsense if that's what y'all want. Bill Belichick is trash. He's a fraud. The Bills are the best team in the league. Yes, they lost against the Patriots, but they threw the ball more times, so they should win. This is a passing league. Do y'all not know it's the NFL? They pass the ball now. The Bills are old school dinosaur teams. They don't know how to win. They can't keep this up. They are frauds. Frauds. The number 1 team in the AFC is frauds. Are we famous yet? I see the subscribers already rolling in, folks. We don't do that. I'll sell out on everything besides doing that. So you can win the game without throwing the ball. Bill Belichick deserves all the credit for this great game plan, and so does, McDaniels, Josh McDaniels. I mean, I don't know whose official idea it was to throw the ball 3 times. I don't know if Bill Belichick shut it down, or I don't know if Josh McDaniels was like, well, it's windy as heck, so of course I'm not going to have him throw the ball here. We've got great running backs. Trust your team. This is a team game, a team sport. 11 players on offense on the field at the same time, folks. It's not all about just one player, and everybody's trying to make it about one player. That Mac Jones didn't throw the ball, and that's why the Patriots don't deserve any credit for this win, and Bill Belichick doesn't deserve any credit for this win because he won the game running the ball and ran it goddamn well, folks. 10 carries by Damian Harris, 111 yards. Ramondre Stevenson, 24 rushes for 78 yards. Brandon Bolden, 4 rushes for 28 yards. Folks, we're talking about 200 yards rushing here, and you're not going to give Bill Belichick any credit for when the Bills knew the rush was coming every single time. You don't want to give Bill Belichick any credit? What are y'all talking about? Let's, we don't have to finish up the stats here. Who did Mac Jones throw to? Jonnu Smith, 1 catch, 12 yards. Brandon Bolden, 1 catch, 7 yards. That's what Mac Jones was throwing to. So now, once again, teams giving the Bills no credit right here. Sean McDermott on the Bills Monday Night Football loss to the Patriots says, quote, let's not give more credit than we need to give credit to Bill Belichick in this one. Now, this question, it's a stupid question out here. Do they phrase the question? Let me go to this article. Bill Belichick received a lot of credit for New England's game plan on a blustery night, which included a run-first approach that had the Patriots attempt a piddling 3 passes in a 14-10 road victory in Buffalo. Bills coach Sean McDermott was not among those heaping praise on Bill Belichick. All right, the question that the reporter asked, I would have scoffed at this question too, and I probably would have said the same thing Sean McDermott said. Obviously, the clickbait quote here, let's not give more credit than we need to give credit to Bill Belichick in this one. You gave Bill Belichick all the credit in the world, besides how this question was phrased, which was like, a reporter was asking Sean McDermott, hey, what did you think about, it was like Bill Belichick's like mental games by, running the ball consistently. Did that affect Sean McDermott, mentality wise, just coach v coach, all of that? That's a lame ass question. All right, yes, Bill Belichick is a great coach. Nobody's doubting that. But to say that Bill Belichick is mind gaming and manipulating so well that other coaches don't do that, I thought that was a little wild to keep saying. So I understand Sean McDermott saying that kind of here, but Bill Belichick still deserves a ton of credit. And, Sean McDermott wasn't the only one kind of saying Bill Belichick doesn't deserve any credit, folks. It's everybody in the national media waking up this morning. Oh, Bill Belichick was overrated for this win, all that. Folks, you play to win the game. The Bills were at home. This was billed as the game. Whoever wins is kind of the best in the AFC. That was kind of what this game was built up for all week long, folks. This was a Monday game, so we had the entire long week to talk about it. That's what this game was billed. The Bills were -3 at home. The Bills, with Josh Allen being MVP frontrunner 5 weeks into the season. Bills' best team, knocking on the door last year, ready to bust it down this year. And they lose the game, folks. Everyone wants to talk about coaching. Well, why couldn't Sean McDermott, coach up something good? If it was so simple, if it was so easy to win this game and we shouldn't be giving any credit to Bill Belichick, then why didn't Sean McDermott go out and win this game? If it was so easy to coach up and win this game, why couldn't you do it? Oh, the Patriots only put up 14 points. Why couldn't Sean McDermott score 17 points, folks? Why couldn't they do that, right? So spare me that Bill Belichick deserves no credit and that Sean McDermott's one of the best coaches in the league. Can you spare me a little bit, folks? And then we get the other side, Bill Belichick on what the Patriots can use from Monday Night Football. Now this is the stunt. Now this is, this is what I love to hear. Bill Belichick on what the Patriots can use from Monday Night Football's win and Bills rematch. Once again, they got to face each other again. Quote by Bill Belichick, we can use our whole passing game, all the pass plays that we have they haven't seen. Ooh, Bill said, I'm going to come into into your stadium, primetime television, run the ball. I'm not even going to show you the pass. Beat us. We don't care. We're not showing you the pass. We'll split the series. We don't care. We're only running the ball here. We're not giving you any film, any tape, any kind of experience, on-field experience against our passing plays, our passing routes. No. You did that. You exposed your running game and your passing game. And you got to go into where? Oh, this game was in Buffalo. You got to come to us. You got to come to big old Daddy Belichick, Daddy Billy B, Daddy Bill. You got to come to Father Bill with your running game exposed. Well, we've seen that play. We've got your plays. We're calling out your plays, baby. Passing plays, running plays. We're calling them out. Oh, come back on Diggs. Oh, that's a knockdown. Almost a pick. Almost had the pick. We read the route. Oh, it's Josh Allen throwing the ball deep. Well, we know we don't have to really worry about that because we know Josh Allen's accuracy isn't that great. We'll let that man be wide open. We don't care. We've got you. We've got you in 4K. We've got every single play, all 30 pass plays that you ran, and all 20 plus run plays. We've got a nice chunk of 50 plays that this Bills team has ran, and we're watching them. We're not even going to prepare for any other team, any other game. We know the classic Bill. Oh, I'm on to Cleveland. I'm on to the Ravens. I'm on to next week. Bill Belichick, no. I don't give a fuck about next week. I don't give a fuck about the next couple weeks. When do we face the Bills? When do the Patriots reface the Bills here? When does that happen? Let me get that up. When do the Patriots reface the Bills here? When does Bill Belichick, 2 weeks, so he doesn't give a damn about this week or next week. He's not worried about the game. He's not thinking about those games. He's thinking about those plays that the Bills ran. And he's about to smoke the Bills again. And he's going to have Mac Jones throw the ball 50 times because, you didn't want to give me credit for him throwing the ball 3 times. Well, I'm going to throw the ball 50 times and run the ball 1. So give me credit then. Keep that same energy. Bill Belichick, yes, sir. We can use our whole passing game, all the pass plays that we have, they haven't seen. Yeah, that's an icy cold flex right there. Bill Belichick is the GOAT. We know this. So that's really it. We're not going to watch the final drive. I know we said we would, folks. I apologize. Just Josh Allen not getting it done. And once again, it's not all Josh Allen. We can go, running the ball on first down here. First and 10. They were at the 14-yard line. Let me see if I can quickly fast forward. There's a lot of breaks and timeouts here. Let's get the second down play right here. The back shoulder to Stephon Diggs out of bounds right here. So once again, like we said, it was not all on just one person, the play calling, the receivers or Josh Allen. It's them all right here. This was Josh Allen, a miss. Play call to run the ball on first down, maybe a little bit of a miss. We get 3rd and 9 right here. It gets blown dead. Let's skip to when they actually run the third down play. It's 3rd and 14. Josh Allen needs to feel way more comfortable in the pocket. This pocket's not even collapsing, and it was like this all game long and kind of all season long. Josh Allen gets happy feet in the pocket, folks. This man does not feel comfortable ever in the pocket, always looking to dance out of the way. Now, this was a great job to avoid the pressure. This is what we know Josh Allen can do. This is why we want him to run the ball more, because he's big. He can avoid the pressures. He can avoid kind of the tackles and get out of them and all that, the hand tackles and all that. Josh Allen keeps the ball alive, keeps his eyes down the field, and delivers an absolute ball right here to Dawson Knox. It was absolutely incredible. We're going to get a great replay from the back angle right here. I mean, this isn't really even open, but it's great work by Dawson Knox to see that the ball is coming to him and goes and plays it perfectly, sheds the defender, gets in front of it, but then just can't hold onto the ball. That was a great job. Look at that. That's right in the hands. It's great defense too. It's great defense, but at the end of the day, you got to make the play. You're the home team. You're the one driving to win the game. You must make the plays. It's like, the justice system. It falls on the prosecution to prove more than a reasonable doubt that he's guilty. The defense doesn't even have to make a case. You have to prove I'm guilty. You have to do that. You have to win the game. You're at home. You're the Bills. You go win the game. They didn't go and win the game. That's what it comes down to. So, couldn't hit it to Dawson Knox. And once again, this was not on Josh Allen. This was a good throw by Josh Allen. Just unfortunately, not great. So we have one bad throw by Josh Allen, a bad catch by a receiver. And then on the 4th down play, we're going to have a little bit of is it a bad play call? I don't know if it's a bad play call. Let me go back here. I think I skipped it. I guess it's another maybe bad throw by Josh Allen potentially. Let's watch it one more. Let's watch it first here. Let me get to this because, like I said, we had to skip around a little bit. Got to go back a little bit here. Just looking for the fourth down play, and we're going to get it right here in a second. It was like, two guys going deep on the left side, and I think Josh Allen just kind of threw it to the wrong guy and how the defense was. There's a great replay here's the play. Here it is, 4th and 14. We got Dubs to the left over here, and they're both just going deep, and Josh Allen's supposed to make the right read right here, and I don't think he makes the right read, and he didn't throw a good ball either way. So Josh Allen, really bad kind of play right here. Yeah, we'll put this one on Josh Allen. So here we go. It's going to be perfect right here. There's only 2 defenders on the left side. So 2 defenders on the left side, 2 receivers on the left side. Here it is. So Josh Allen is just waiting to see what's going to happen here, what move's going to break off, which is open, and I think you throw to this inside receiver. You've got all this room over here. You've got man over here. There's no safety over the top. So you throw this ball inside, he goes outside, and this defender can make a play at the last second. And also Josh Allen, even if this defender wasn't here, this ball is 5 yards to the left and 10 yards behind the receiver. So bad throw either way, and I think he made the wrong read of going to the outside receiver instead of the inside receiver. So nothing great there by Josh Allen in this game. So that was really Monday Night Football, folks. Give Bill Belichick his respect. I don't want to hear the nonsense that he doesn't deserve any respect. I don't know where the hell that's coming from, and I don't respect that take at absolutely all, folks. Don't respect it at all. So give Bill Belichick his good old credit.